Welcome to Momo Tales. There's this little girl named Mimi. Mimi is 7 years old, tiny, curious, and always the last person in her house to fall asleep. And tonight, she's wide awake again. She's lying on her bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering why the night feels different. The air feels colder, sweeter, almost like vanilla. She sits up and sniffs the air. Mom never makes ice cream at night, she whispers, but the smell is too strong, too sugary, too creamy. Mimi tiptoes to her window, pushes it open, and that's when she hears it. Choo-choo! A soft whistle, very soft, but definitely a train. She frowns, but there's no train track on my street. She leans out the window and her jaw drops. Right in front of her house, glowing gently under the moonlight, is a tiny silver train. Not big like the ones she's seen in books. This one is small enough to ride on, not bigger than her school's playground slide. Its windows sparkle like candy wrappers, and the smoke puffing out of its chimney is not smoke at all, it's cotton candy. The side of the train reads in curly, shiny letters, "Midnight Ice Cream Express all aboard." Mimi's heart dances. She doesn't even think twice. She grabs her slippers, sneaks outside, and walks toward the magical train. The second she steps close, the door slides open with a soft ding. Inside, everything is bright and colorful. The seats are made of marshmallow cushions. The lamps drip rainbow sprinkles. The wheels hum like a lullaby. And standing behind a tiny counter is a tall man in a purple suit and an ice cream hat shaped like a waffle cone. He smiles warmly. "Welcome aboard, Mimi," he says. Mimi gasps. "You know my name?" "Of course," he chuckles. The midnight ice cream train only appears to children with the sweetest hearts. "I'm Conductor Scoop. And tonight, you're our special passenger." Before Mimi can respond, the train jerks gently forward. Chug chug, chug chug. They roll down her street, but the moment they pass the street sign, the entire world changes. The houses melt away like soft butter. The ground becomes a long, shiny ice track. The sky fills with swirling colors like someone spilled ice cream flavors across the clouds. "Where are we going?" Mimi asks, eyes sparkling. "To Ice Cream Island, of course," Conductor Scoop replies, "where the mountains are made of rocky road and rivers flow with strawberry swirl." Mimi squeals with excitement. The train zooms across marshmallow hills, through tunnels of frozen chocolate, and past forests of giant waffle cones. Every few minutes, magical creatures wave at Mimi, little sprinkle fairies, jelly bean birds, gummy bears walking on two legs. After a while, the train slows. "We're here," Scoop announces. Mimi steps outside and gasps again. Ice Cream Island is shining under the moon, glowing in colors she's never seen before. A huge castle sits in the center, its walls made of stacked ice cream tubs, its towers drizzled in hot fudge that never melts. "Follow me," Scoop says. Inside the castle, a grand hall waits. The floor is a giant cookie. The chandeliers are sugar crystals. And in the middle of the hall stands a throne made of ice cream scoops. Sitting on it is a woman in a glittering gown, her crown shaped like whipped cream. She smiles. "Welcome, Mimi. I am Queen Gelada. I have been expecting you." Mimi blinks. "Me? Why?" "Because," the queen explains, "every few years, we choose a child who believes in imagination, kindness, and just a tiny bit of mischief. someone who will help us solve a problem only a child can fix. Mimi's eyes grow wide. A problem? The queen nods. The island's magic freezer is losing its power. Without it, all our ice cream will melt. And my scouts tell me you have the perfect ingredient to restore it. Mimi looks confused. Me? What ingredient? Scoop smiles. A child's joy. Mimi places her hands on her chest. My joy? You see, the queen says softly, real joy is rare and powerful. It freezes magic better than anything else. But it must be pure like laughter. Mimi thinks, what if I tell a funny story? That might work, the queen says. So Mimi climbs onto a little platform and takes a deep breath. Then she begins telling the funniest story she knows about the time she tried to bake cookies but forgot the dough and ended up baking a tray of empty heat. Scoop bursts into laughter. The sprinkle fairies giggle. Even the cookie floor cracks a little from laughing too hard. The magic freezer begins to glow. Mimi keeps going, funny faces, silly dances. The time she tried to wash the dog but ended up washing herself instead. The queen clutches her stomach, laughing so hard tears roll down her cheeks. Suddenly, with a bright flash boom, the magic freezer shoots out a blast of cold wind that spreads across the island, restoring all the chilly magic. It worked! Scoop cheers. It truly did! The queen exclaims. Mimi, you saved Ice Cream Island. Mimi beams, proud and happy. But then Scoop checks his watch. Oh dear, it's nearly sunrise. We must return you home. The queen kneels and gives Mimi a small glowing scoop made of crystal. Whenever you smell midnight vanilla in the air, the queen whispers, the train will return for you. Mimi hugs her tightly. Soon, Mimi is back on the Midnight Ice Cream Express, the cotton candy smoke puffing out again as it rolls down the magical tracks. The castle, the fairies, the rivers, they all fade behind her. In a blink, the train is back on her quiet street. Scoop tips his hat. Good night, Mimi. Good night, she whispers. She steps off. The train disappears, and she creeps back into her room just as the sun begins to rise. The next morning, Mimi wakes up wondering if it was all a dream, until she sees a tiny scoop-shaped crystal glowing softly on her pillow. And she smiles, because she knows the midnight ice cream train will return.